I have a event for Family Dreams Fitness coming up, aiming for May 27th, Saturday, at the end of May. It's a yoga event, a free yoga event. I came up with this idea. I knew I always wanted to do. There's a lot of ideas and events that I have planned out in my head as well as on paper, but this particular event, I wanted to do it now because I'm flirting with the idea of adding a yoga instructor to Family Dreams Fitness, because it's more than fitness, it's more than just personal training. I want it to be health and wellness, so I want to hire people from different professions within the health scope to join the team. So I'm going to be experimenting with 1 to 2 yoga instructors for this event, just to see how they engage the audience, just to see how well they actually do. And if they do well, and if their reception or perception of them is people think highly of them, and I will ask like the individuals who do show up, I'll ask them when the time is right how they felt about the quality of service. And if it's good, I'll discuss possible career opportunities with the yoga instructors to see if they want to join the team. And I also want every service a part of Family Dreams Fitness. In the beginning stages, everything will be mobile, so they will have to have some type of leeway with the mobile training. In the next 5 to 10 years, I want to build a company mobile for about 5 years, 5 to 10 years. But there is going to be a point where I want Family Dreams Fitness to have its own facility, but I don't want it to be called a gym. I don't want it associated with that specific. There's nothing wrong with the gym, but I want something different and better. So it would definitely be a facility, a health and wellness facility that has so many different things. It'll have physical therapy, personal training, massage therapy, yoga, meditation, saunas. It will have all of that in it. But with that being said, that's a huge goal and a huge amount of a lot of things under one roof, which would mean the building will have to be big, it will have to be a lot of money, and I want it in a prime location where you have to have some money to be in there. And then I'll have little satellite buildings, so a lot of little small buildings throughout the city and throughout the goal is throughout the world, but that will have just, maybe it will be a Family Dreams Fitness yoga studio, Family Dreams Fitness physical therapy clinic. So we'll have its little small things, but the major headquarters will have, the major health and wellness center will have all of it encompassed in one. And that will be a multi-million-dollar building, so that's a long-term goal, but that's something that I'm building and planting the seeds for right now. Something that I will be working on religiously for the next 10, 15 years of my life. And once it gets there, once I have it, that's when the real fun starts. That's when a lot of opportunities for other careers and other people will open up. That's when my face won't be as involved with it. I'll still probably be an exercise physiologist or trainer of some sort, because I just love the actual training of people. It's an art to it. It's like, not everybody can be a trainer, not everybody's capable or built for it. But just personality wise, you can have the education for it, but just how to lead a group or lead a person, not everybody has that in them. But eventually I want to branch off or take a step back from that workload. Then I'll still be managing and making sure everything and the numbers are run correctly, making sure everybody's happy and satisfied with the service, making sure all the employees are happy with their benefits, their pay. But I want to be a teacher of some sort. No, the teaching pay isn't that well. That's why I have to have Family Dreams Fitness be well established and bringing in some money that I can survive off of and maintain my lifestyle with the family and children and all of that. Once that's set and I know that money is set aside where no matter what, the family is straight, then I want to be a teacher. I want to be a professor. I love teaching, I love speaking. Motivational speaking is definitely on my list, but that's going to happen very soon. But within a year that will happen. I'm already in the works with a lot of different things that will amplify that goal or dream. But it's spoiled to the world because I've been doing it for a few years, but the world will see it a lot more now. But that's content for another day. I want to have my own, I want to get my doctorate degree in education because I want to have a big credential and voice when it comes to changing the education system. Because systematically our education system is failing our children. The way that we're teaching them, the way that what we're expecting from them and how we're expecting them to get information is not good. It's old-fashioned and life is changing, so we need to change those methods. And of course I could have a voice in different conferences or different meetings, but it would sound, and my voice would have a lot more merit if I have a doctorate degree. And I also want to wait until I have children, and then you can see how they learn, see how they grow up in this new world. Because a lot of the things that our teachers are teaching, or just the way that the teachers are taught to teach us, because the teachers have to go by a curriculum. The way that those curriculums are, it's very outdated. We have to really study, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of research being done already. Actually, I know for a fact it is, because research is always being done in almost every field of study. But we need to get a better understanding of how children of this generation are retaining information, children of this generation, how they want to learn, what they want to do with life. Because with this whole technology age, we don't need to regurgitate certain things, because it's easy for them to get that information with the click of the click of a button. So we need to focus, instead of on like a lot of memorization and that type of learning, we need to focus on things that can actually help them improve, like critical thinking. Most schools, and especially Florida, critical thinking, luckily I got it because I was in the IB program my whole life, but especially in high school, where that's a part of the curriculum, where critical thinking is the main part of it, critical thinking and community service. But for the standard student, critical thinking is not like mandatory. It's pretty much you memorize this, you study for this test, and that's it. There's no real critical thought on how or why. There's no questioning their knowledge. Their knowledge is, you learn it, you're taught it, you do what the teacher says. Their learning isn't, why is this happening? How can we make it better? Where did this start? How did the times affect why this knowledge is even important? So I want to have children, and then of course with my niece and nephew, once I get more involved in their life, I want to see what they're learning and just how they're retaining information, and what can I do to help improve it. Once I do that for a while, and once I have my children and see how it goes, that's when I want to seriously step my foot into the education world. I'm definitely going to step my foot into it again this summer. I'll be involved with the Children's Defense Fund. I want to put my foot back into that. South Dade Weed and Seed, it's a non-profit organization that helps underprivileged students read and write. I want to be involved with that again. I did that for 2 years, 2 summers, my freshman and sophomore year in college. It's one of the best experiences of my life, so I definitely have to tap into that world again. But as far as me really making that drastic change in the curriculum, I want to do that when I'm in my 40s or 50s, and I'll probably retire off from that. All while still having that health and wellness background, because Family Dreams Fitness isn't going anywhere. Family Dreams Fitness is here for life. That's going to be something I want that staying around, like the Walmarts, the Publixes, the Starbucks, LA Fitness and UFit, those corporate fitness gyms, those are going to die out. It may seem crazy now, but those are going to die out, because those are fads. The Orange Theory Fitness, those type of the UFC gyms, those styles of fitness, those gyms, they're going to die out. It may not be soon, it may be 5, maybe 10, 15 years, 20 years, but those will die out. It's a new world, and there's going to be new ways of training, but at the end of the day, there's always going to be people who want to be healthy. So mobile training is going to always be around. And then the newer gyms, the new styles of gyms, and the things that are incorporated in it will take over. But the LA Fitnesses, and they're big monster, they're giant. They buy out all these little gyms and businesses and buildings. They're doing a great job of that from a business perspective right now, but they will die out.